In a land fueled by chaos, war is the only thing certain. From each battle, one group stands above all others. By following their beliefs, they distinguish themselves from their rivals. Welcome to EzzySMP.
So what you just saw was the trailer to the EzzySMP. It's what I've been making videos on, and well, this entire thing, even though it started off as just jokes, it's become pretty serious, boys. So even though the last two videos have been us joking around, the full story is in swing now. So because I haven't made a video on it in quite a while, I need to catch you up on some things. So let's go back to where we left off, with the start of the war and the legacy of tax fraud. So as more people joined the SMP, and as more people decided to add their part to the story, and the story progressed more and more, the SMP was split into two sides. One side was Ezzy's side. It consisted of at least 5 or 6 people, and I was one of those people. I was on Ezzy's side. Even though originally I was the one to actually start this entire war just by teasing tax fraud, I still redeemed myself and gained respect in the eyes of Ezzy. So on the other side, it consisted of people like Danny, Bean, Ashton, and soon to be me. Now that might confuse you a little bit, but I'll get onto that later. So keep in mind, this all took place on the temp SMP, which is basically an SMP or just a server, which wasn't the actual SMP, so we could get a grasp of what we were going to do on the real thing. Now, a lot of the stuff that happened in the temp SMP did actually carry over to the real thing. So some of the things that happened were canon, which is why I'm going through this right now. Then something happened. Callum was trying to help tax fraud and retrieve him when he accidentally hit tax fraud, and he stood up and then teleported to Ezzy. And just at this time, Ezzy happened to be talking to the opposing team, which led to tax fraud being murdered. Now, tax fraud was murdered by no one other than Bean, the soon-to-be leader of the opposing side to Ezzy. But people were grinding, and they weren't doing anything. They were making plans, but nothing actually took place. No battles took place, nothing. So what did happen was an event. And this event was planned 30 minutes before the real SMP started. So people were pretty hyped for it. There was cake, there was fireworks, until the event actually happened. Just as the clock hit 30 minutes until the deadline, suddenly, Bean appeared out of his hiding. And guess what? He made a speech. This speech was so negative. He planned what he was going to do, and he came up with it, and he stood up on a mountain, and he made the speech, and it was a disastrous day. And as he was making his speech, I went up behind Bean, and I hit him, and he fell off the mountain. Yeah, he fucking fell off. That was funny. But after Bean finished his disastrous speech, people were worried. People were terrified. They had no idea what was going to happen. Until suddenly, boom! Everything exploded. Absolutely everything exploded. It all exploded. The base was gone. The mountains were gone. There was TNT absolutely everywhere. It was all gone. Literally, out of nowhere, nobody bloody expected it. It's all exploded. People were fighting left, right and centre. It was madness. Until Ezzy took his team and we took him to his base. And in his base, he had loads of backup He had loads of backup supplies. He had loads of stuff to help him with the war until we got ambushed. Our team got ambushed by Bean. They found the base and they started fighting until I ran away. Right? I ran away. Now you're probably wondering, Tally, how could you cowardly walk away from the battle scene when you see I walked down this tunnel and Bean was chasing me. The leader of the opposing side was chasing me. Keep in mind, he had netherite tools and all I had was iron. I didn't have enough, and I knew that I had no chance against him until he said to me, "Join us." And I said, yes. Now you're probably saying, Tally, why would you do that? You stood up for tax fraud. You helped in the war. All to switch sides? Well, you see, this has been my plan all along. This is where the plot twist came in. I wanted to be on Bean's side all along. Even though I hit him and he fell off the mountain, that was all part of it. And even though I helped tax fraud, that was all part of it. I was telling him where the location was. Danny found the location and he knew tax fraud was there. And everything just fell into place on that one moment when he told me to join. And I said, yes, this has been my plan all along. Yes, plot twist, the biggest plot twist, and the SMP hasn't even started yet. And that's where it ended. That is where it ended. The battle ended, the war stopped, and then the new and improved SMP was made. Now, even though the new SMP had started, everybody started from the beginning, this did not change anything. The teams were still in place and the war was still going on. So the teams split up and we started gathering resources. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where we leave it off. Where the two teams have separated onto other sides of the world. And the plans are being made slowly but gracefully. So, without further ado, I introduce you to the EzzySMP.